Yahweh, the Elohim of Am Israel, is most set apart, and mankind, well, we're not. Therefore, mankind has a great problem. Hi, this is Barry Phillips with 10-Minute Torah, day number 2, a Torah portion, Yitro. Today I want to go over into chapter 19 and get to some exciting stuff, but I'm feeling a bit constrained to remain in chapter 18 and actually back up a little bit from yesterday. So again, Yitro, the father-in-law of Moshe, has come to see Am Israel, Moshe in particular, out in the wilderness. Moshe greets him, takes him into the tent, and relates to him all things that have taken place. Yitro comes out of the tent exclaiming in verse number 11, this is Shemot, or Exodus chapter 18, verse 11, "Now I know that Yahweh is greater than all the mighty ones, indeed in the matter in which they have acted proudly above them." Then Yitro, the father-in-law of Moshe, brought an ascending offering and many other offerings or slaughterings unto Elohim. And Aaron came with all the elders of Israel to eat bread with the father-in-law of Moshe before Elohim. Now what's foundational to this event? Let's consider that from the time that mankind was brought out of the Garden of Eden because of their sin, mankind has chosen to serve the elemental powers of creation, turning and facing the sun, the moon, the stars, charting their paths according to their astrology beliefs and their horoscopes, believing that there are gods of fire and of water and of wind, etc., believing that the elements, the natural elements of the earth, are actually revelations of mysterious superpowers, idols, in all actuality demon gods masquerading with some sense of power, in order to turn men's hearts away from Yahweh unto that which is perversion and lies and sorcery, peeping and muttering in darkness, leading men's hearts astray. Now, why in the world would a man look to the sun and think, I think I want to worship that bright thing up in the sky? It's not rational, it's not reasonable, but to the ancient mind, it was. Why would mankind turn to pagan beliefs when Yah is still available if man was willing to seek after him? Well, there are at least two reasons. One, it was believed that Yah had delegated his authority and his power to these particular heavenly lights and forces of nature. Therefore, man chose to worship the intermediary powers. I can't reach Yah, so I'll reach for that which I can and worship it. Number two, that is that the sin of man was driving him further and further away from Yahweh, even to the place in Noah's day that judgment fell upon the entire earth. And we're not so far away from that reality today. So since Yah is so far removed because of his extreme set-apartness, and knowing that Yah is not going to dilute his set-apartness, he is not going to compromise himself, water himself down to a lesser state of set-apartness, man chose to worship what they thought they could handle. Now, these demon gods were ruthless and required extreme, perverse, bloody, even gory styles of worship from man, and all to no avail. They are nothing that can help them. Well, in our sinful state, what else can we do? And so then we are given Yeshua, the Messiah. Yeshua the Messiah is not a watered down, diluted version of Yah the Father. Yeshua is as set apart as Yahweh is. He is most set apart. And as such, when we approach him, we also must be set apart. The Father realizing and knowing, even before creation, that man would need a redeemer, a restorer, someone who could reconcile man and his fallen state to righteous and right relationship with himself, gave a revelation of himself. His right arm extended as the arm of salvation. What man could not do for himself, Yeshua has come and done in our behalf, being made man like us to redeem one like him back to the Father. And indeed, that is a glorious work. Now, our caution here is that we not dilute Yeshua in order to make him more palatable to ourselves, thinking that he needs to become more accessible to ourselves. There are some efforts, not an accusation spread abroad to any and every effort here, but there are some efforts that wants to create a Yeshua that is overlooking of our sins and so abundant in mercy and in grace that nothing matters. Do what you will. He always understands. He always will forgive. All you need to do is say the magic words, "I'm sorry, forgive me." And it's all fixed, done, and lolly, all home free. We're all good to go. There is this idea that he is super tolerant, super understanding, super inclusive, to the place that there is nothing required of us. Nothing could be further from the case. Yeshua says, "If you love me, you will keep my commandments." Again, he says, continuing in that same chapter of chapter 14, the book of Yochanan or John, he continues and says that if we will walk in obedience to him, that he will come to us, the Father will come to us, and they will make their home with us. What is being required here is a recognition of the Most High being super set apart, extremely set apart, the most set apart, and asking him to deliver us from our lack of being set apart, to cleanse us from all unrighteousness. Now that doesn't just mean a conclusion of the matter, it means the beginning of the matter. Cleanse me, Father, wash the iniquity out of me, but now also teach me how to walk with you, as you are the one who gave your covenant to Abraham and then taught him about yourself and how to walk with him. Now Abraham's descendants are out in the middle of the wilderness trying to figure out who this Yahweh is and how is he to be served and how is he to be worshipped. Well, in the next couple of chapters, we're going to begin those lessons. For now, the pagan priest Yitro, one who has served many altars, sought the face of many of these idols and gods, trying to find out how they're to be served and appeased, has now come to the conclusion, after seeing that the elemental matters, the sun, the moon, the stars, wind, rain, thunder, hail, fire, earthquakes, everything has been utilized by the hand of the Creator. And Yah has defeated the greatest of adversaries of his covenant people and brought them to absolute destruction. And hearing the testimony of Moshe, he's exclaiming, "There's but one Elohim, and I will now choose to worship him." Final note here. The pagan minds thought it was of their need to appease their gods. So they brought food. They brought wine offerings. They shed blood. They did whatever they thought that the demon behind the idol would require them to be appeased so that it would not be mad at them. Yah is instructing his people, do not worship me the way the pagans worship their gods. Yahweh, our Elohim, is not looking to be appeased. His default demeanor toward us is not one of wrath and judgment, but it is indeed mercy and grace and an enduring love and compassion for us. He yearns to restore us. And he sent Yeshua, the genuine Yeshua, to come and bring us back home to him. Embrace your Messiah today. Be restored in the Most High. and be set apart. Until tomorrow, shalom.